Ladies and gentlemen, it's happening.
The Timberwolves are now at 5-2, 5-0 at home, after picking up the win against a very depleted New Orleans Pelicans team at home, picking up the win by 21. Pelicans had no Zion, no CJ McCollum, no Trey Murphy Jr., Jose Alvarado, and Najee Marshall. Wolves got basically all their guys out there. J-Mac is actually out for a month plus, though. So that's a bit of a bummer. But that game was not won. Timberwolves have a 28-point lead at half through unbelievably dominant defense. The number one defense in the NBA strikes yet again. Jaden McDaniels, the stud that I have been recognizing and preaching about for years here, is just unbelievable. Brandon Ingram is a legit scorer. He made a lot of tough shots, but everything had to be tough shooting over Jaden. He is your favorite player's least favorite player to play. This dude's nuts. Then you got Rudy Gobert. Rudy Gobert is back. 17 points, 21 rebounds, 2 blocks, 4 turnovers, but also 9 of 12 from the free throw line. He was a stud, also with highlight plays, ridiculous dunks, great screening, great defense. He is what he was supposed to be. It just took a year, but he has been unreal to start this season. Anthony Edwards, you can say the same. The man is Amarant. I changed a word for him and John Morant, but also mainly Ant. He is such a stud. Last game where he was scoring ball unbelievably, 38 points, but turning down a lot of passes, still had 7 assists in that game because he made some clutch passes. I'm like, this dude was turning down so many wide open plays for people, and the decision-making wasn't exactly on point, although his scoring was. This game, 8 assists in the first half, making every right read early on. Absolute superstar. Then just highlight play after highlight play after highlight play. You gotta get to target center. This man's flying. Blocking a shot at the top of the square of the backboard. Windmills. Just about every other game, it seems, from this guy. Then Mike Conley. Of course, if anyone was gonna break the t-shirt curse of what I wear in-game, it had to be him. He is so good. 4 threes in the first half. He has 0 turnovers yet again. That's 1 total turnover, which I think was the Wolves' first possession of the season. And let's see, we're at 7 games. Does your point guard do that? Ours does. That's Minnesota Mike right there. God damn. And then we finally get a good shooting night out of Karl Anthony Towns. You might think, when I saw a post, it's like, Cat had his get-right game. False. If there's anything that was a negative watching that game, it was Karl Anthony Towns. He has minimum 3 plays that he got called as offensive fouls for hooking on the defender and trying to use that to his advantage, draw foul. He doesn't have to try to draw fouls. He gets fouled every possession. He doesn't get the free throws for almost all of them because he's constantly complaining to the Insukya Rhymes. And I don't blame them for not wanting to give him calls because he is miserable out there. It's hard to watch him at this point. And I said, if anything's going to hold back this team, it's Cat. It looked like Cat had a good night. And he scored well, shot the ball well, was super good offensively, except for these idiotic moves that he does that aren't basketball plays. And he's never gotten away with them over the course of his career. Continues to do them. I can't believe that he's going to mature at this point because it's been the same problems for so long. It's hard to watch. Especially, he's picked up his defense. He's been defending pretty well. And if he can shoot the ball well, if he simplifies his game, brings some humility to it, stops bickering with Insukya Rhymes, he's going to be so much better. But I just don't think I can trust him. I don't think I can allow a core part of our team to be that chaos. Not that I have any decision-making power, but it's the biggest concern there is with this basketball team at this point. And his attitude seems all out of whack from what seems like it would be a really positive team. Some other positives of this game. Bench players showed up again. Nickeil Alexander-Walker, 5 assists in the first half. Although he seemed like he maybe had some frustration in the second half where he kind of walked away from the bench, went to the locker room. That was a little concerning to see as well, but he played overall a pretty solid game. Kyle Anderson and Naz Reid just about always are studs, and they were good in this game yet again. And just significant threats to have on your team and contributing to the insane size that this team can go with and that I'm really rather thrilled about. Wolves didn't beat up on the weak teams last season. We sure did tonight. We are an insane defensive team, and there are so many things going for us that you got to start to feel pretty good. We're the Timberwolves, so who knows if it continues. But right now, this team is on something, and we got studs. All right, bye-bye. Peace out.